Okay, and then next up to Stump Grandpa is Al Nickerson, who, speaking of Jeff Schuyler, gives us a phoned-in question. So you're going to insert the digital file of Al's phone message to me in this spot here, right?
Correct.
Okay. Here we go, folks.
Hi, Dave. This is Al Nickerson. I just got the Rebecca Stern drawing that you did, which is absolutely fantastic. That was very kind of you. I really do appreciate it. It's gorgeous, and thanks so much. I am so happy to receive this. I'm so happy that you did the drawing. So I'm guessing you got the second Sword of Eden graphic novel. So yeah, thank you so much. Also, Raleigh had sent me an email with the Santos sisters drawing, which is also very gorgeous looking. I was wondering, because that looks like you used some brush on that. I know you like using a 102 nib, so I don't know if you're using a brush, especially with the hair. I mean, that was just really gorgeous, and the faces are great too. So yeah, thank you so much, Dave, and thank you for everything that you do. I am thinking about maybe using the Rebecca Stern drawing as a variant cover for a new printing of the Sword of Eden Shinobi, if that's okay with you. So let me know if that's fine with you or not. I assume it is. But yeah, thanks for everything, man. I appreciate it. God bless you, and thanks so much. Bye.
And then, to refresh your ever-dwindling memory. Boy, you got that right. Al wanted to know if you used a brush on your Santos Sisters piece. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, Loli will be emailing you a photo of the brush that I used on the Santos Sisters pinup. It's my Strange Death of Alex Raymond brush. It's a really good brush, and I don't even really know where I got it. As I say, I had Lily take a picture of me holding it up today, and it's from the Princeton Art Brush Company, and it's a number 4 round. And it's one of those, people ask you all the time, what pens do you use? What brushes do you use? And this is one of those, I have no idea where I picked up the brush, but I did pick it up in person, and I just looked at it and went, well, that's interesting. Let's, I'm buying art supplies. When I would buy them in person, I would go and check the brushes and just see if anything caught my eye as that looks like it could hold a point and might last a while. It was $6.79, so it was a real deal considering how much time that I've gotten out of it and how it's still working to this day. I will add the caveat that a lot of times it happens that you go, oh, okay, I'll make note of that brush. Then you go and find the same brush, and you find out, okay, it was just a happy accident. That brush isn't generally that good, or it was that good 15 years ago, but they've been making them different now, and it's going to cost you a lot more than $6.79. And don't expect to still be using it like Dave is using his 14 years later. And I say that because Al Nickerson was an inker at Archie. That was one of the jobs that he had in mainstream comics. And I've always wanted to pick his brain on what the thinking is that he does on it. Did he do his Archie inking with a brush, or did he use a pen? And what brushes did he use, and what pens did he use? I have to say I'm not sure if I'm forgetting other Archie riff works that I've done. I did the back cover of Free Speeches from the comic book Legal Defense Fund. The front cover was by Frank Miller, and the back, which was sort of the evil people at the comic book store, and the back cover was all the good people, a policeman, a dating couple, a minister, and definitely looking to take a bite out of the people on the front cover. And I went, okay, I'll do a, Archie riff couple, because I've never done Archie, and I've always been attracted to Dan DeCarlo, Dan DeCarlo was, as far as I was concerned, the gold standard of Archie penciling and inking, particularly at his peak. That was one of the things that I looked forward to going up to Gananoque to stay with Gene Day, was being able to pull out his Betty and Veronica digests, and they were just chock-a-block full of Dan DeCarlo, and looking at them and going, that looks like a really fun drawing style. I got to try that sometime. Either I got to do a Betty and Veronica story and send it to Archie and hope that they use it, or at least critique it, or do a knockoff of it. And when I sat down to do it, it's like, this is one of those. It's exactly like Alex Raymond, exactly like Al Williamson. Oh, this looks like fun. It's like, no, it looks like fun, but it's excruciating. That's the whole point of their phenomenal ability to make something that's excruciating look like it's fun. So that was part of my motivation in doing that. I really do like the Santos sisters book, and it seemed to be a potential meeting place thing, because Al Nickerson does have this Archie work experience that he had, and he is definitely a loud and proud Christian cartoonist, and evidently Greg Petra draws as Greg and Fake, is also a devout Christian, which I say because he has the INRI on the front of his first issue, which is the Latin for Jesus the Nazarene, King of Israel. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if Greg turns out to be like a trust fund baby and has millions and millions of dollars and is always avidly keeping his eye open for people who can do the Archie riff, and hey, Al Nickerson, hey, you want to work on some Santos Sisters stuff? I'll pay you whatever you want to ink 5-page stories. You just name your price. We know that's not going to happen, but I would like to see Christian Greg and Christian Al possibly get together. So that's one of the things that I was hoping might come out of that. My inking, when I was doing it and going, okay, once more into the breach, let's try and do Dan DeCarlo, and I think I did a better job this time, but it's still Dan DeCarlo is just miles and worlds above my best Archie abilities, and I tended to ink it with a pen, and this was again, when I get a Strange Death of Alex Raymond page done, I like to then just do something cartoony, and one of the big pluses with that is that I've got my carefully maintained Hunt 102 pen nibs, which are this one's, brand new, ultra sharp, ultra fine. This one's got a couple of miles on it, but not a lot of miles, so that I know exactly the density of line that's going to come out of it. And now that I'm done with that, and it's okay, now I'm doing cartooning, then it's just okay. How thick a line can I get out of this? Actually, a reasonably thick line, and how hard do I press down to get a line like this? It's like, well, it's almost a brand new pen nib relative to cartooning. It's like I say, got a few miles on it for doing a photorealism style, trying to do Al Williamson or trying to do Neil Adams or Alex Raymond. So it's just wail on it. Just get the pencil line as close as you can get to it. And so the reason I'm going on at length about this is because I was thinking the whole time that I was working on this was, what did Al do? What materials did Al use when he was inking actual Archie stories for Archie? And did they have a recommendation on that? Or was it just, here's samples of my work, and they went, okay, you look like you could handle Archie stuff. Here's, Stan Goldberg pencils. That was the other question. Al, who did you ink at Archie, and how did you find them for inking? Was everything there, or did you have to do a lot of fixing on your own? And so that sort of covers that one, I think. I'm hoping that Al is either going to tune into this because he left me a phone message, never heard back from me. Maybe you could email him and say, Al, you really may want to check out this Leasehold for Dave Sims, and then hopefully just fill up the comment section with, okay, I'm going to do this, but I never have to do it again. Here's everything I have to say about the experience of inking Archie comics and the do's and the don'ts that I learned, materials I used, et cetera, et cetera. And then, Matt, I'll prevail upon you to fax that to me. So I can go, well, okay, that's what I was wondering about the whole time I was drawing those very attractive Santos pictures.
So this is another one of those, Dave doesn't know what Matt's talking about things, but when I post I do the blog post on Saturday, and I do the blog post, whenever I do a blog post, I then take the link and I put it on the Service Facebook group, and if somebody like Al is involved, I will tag them, and then Al will get a notification of, hey, you were tagged in this thing, and then he can find out, oh, okay, like the Rebecca Stern piece, when I posted about that, there was a fax for Al, so I posted that, so he definitely got it because it was one of those I tagged him. So I will tag him again when I post this on Saturday.
Okay, so when you say tag, it's you're not taking a can of spray paint and writing something on it.
So the internet, on most social media sites, if you type somebody's name or user handle in, it automatically will highlight it, and then when somebody comes across it, they can click on it, and it'll take them to their page. But it's a networking thing where, like, if I tag Margaret gets a notification, so she knows that I'm asking a question about what was the issue of Reeds where Dave said, or where Victor Davis said that Service was going to end at issue 200, not issue 300, and which I did last weekend, and Margaret responded going, it's issue 183. I got up from a nap for this.
Okay, all right. That's as much of the internet as Grandpa wants to know about. No offense.
No, that's
Okay.
like I said, it's one of those. It's anybody that uses it goes, yeah, it's fairly simple. But when you explain it to somebody that doesn't use it, it kind of sounds like, okay, wait, so why do we have to light this tree on fire? Well, it's part of the process. But trust us, it's going to work.
Okay. All right. And the other question was, am I okay with him using your Rebecca Stern image as a variant cover? Yeah, no problem. I hope it sells a few extra copies of his excellent book. I mean, it's one of those. Rebecca Stern, who is what's her other handle? I'm drawing a blank here. It's
I know this, but I don't know this.
yeah, it's what was it? Oh, Crusader Girl, and it's like there's a real Christian thing where you have a Jewish born character named Rebecca Stern who sees the light and realizes that Jesus is the Messiah, and then becomes Crusader Girl. And it's like, okay, I'm not on quite that page with you, but I can certainly understand why, as a Christian, you would do that, which is one of the reasons that I decided to do it. Like, win, lose, or draw, Rebecca Stern is still Jewish, which is why I also added the subtitle Rebecca Stern, Daughter of Zion, because Zion has obviously become a much bigger deal in our society since last October 7th, when a lot of people would go, I don't even know what you're talking about when you're talking about Zion. It's there are daughters of Zion, which just means, okay, they were born in Israel, they are Jewish, and then there are Zionist daughters of Zion who believe that it is and should always be the Jewish homeland. But it's also a reference in John's Gospel, which I'll be getting to in the Monday report, probably years from now, where do not fear, daughter of Zion. Here's the King of you coming to you on colt of ass, which was the prediction in Isaiah, and definitely is referring to a specific individual. And I'm the only person that thinks it's referring to a specific individual, but definitely referred to as daughter of Zion in the book of Isaiah and in John's Gospel. So I thought, well, okay, here's a meeting point for a monotheist who gives equal weight to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and a 100% Christian who definitely, sees daughter of Zion in a completely different light. We're both looking at the same character, but what we're looking at are very different.